funny.
All right, we are back on another episode. I only listen to 90s music. We are back. Stacey Adams, what's going on?
I only got one thumb. I got one good thumb and one bad one.
Yeah, I mean, people, the streets know that your thumb is bad, but I'm saying, but you close.
I almost severed my thumb out. I was trying to cut a bagel, and things got out of control. It was a battle between me, a serrated knife, and a bagel. The knife won, bagel lost, and my thumb is currently held together by 7 stitches. So,
shout out to that Band-Aid though.
Holding it together. Band-Aid been putting it down for quite some time. Been through thick and thin, had some changes over the years, but still, it's more flexible now than it used to be. Just kind of just.
And they making them for black skin now.
You know what? I've been pale my whole life, so it just kind of works out for me. The Band-Aid is actually darker than I am. Ain't nobody said shit, but it's kind of the life of being pale.
Yeah.
Scott, what's been going on, brother?
Nothing much, man. Just getting back to the music, man. I'm talking like I'm an artist, like I've been playing.
Right.
I was like, you got going. I was like, get back to the music.
Like I got an album coming out.
I got to get back to basics. We just got to get back to the music.
This is my favorite album that I got coming out. Nah, man, just getting back to the things, man. Just getting back to life.
Back to reality, back to life, back to
reality, man. I was listening to Optimistic this morning on my morning walk, man. I felt like I had to read a book. I felt like I had to buckle down on my grades, and I ain't been in school for 20 years.
Hey, Optimistic make you be on some man, I gotta get my life right.
Yeah,
like if somebody's doing some tripe, you should just put on Optimistic.
I paid all my bills, so I felt good about that.
You need to put on Optimistic in general. Like if somebody's acting up, just let's start playing Optimistic. Like, you know what, man, I've been tripping, man. I ain't been doing you right, man. I ain't been in the right place. I'm gonna do right.
Man, it really is a positive song. Like if you listen to Optimistic and you don't finish and feel better or just have some kind of joy or cheer, it's just it ain't nothing we can do for you. Ain't nothing we can do for you at all.
All right, let's jump on in. First off, let's go jump into our emails. We got one email coming from Jarvis T. He says, "Y'all was crazy as hell clowning on these last couple of shows. What do you all think about Nelly being on Dancing with the Stars?"
It was either that or Love of Hip Hop.
Damn.
I'd rather see him on that than Love of Hip Hop. I'd rather see him dance and hit flips.
It was either that or Love and Hip Hop. So
I watched it though. I watched him do his thing. He was salsa dancing to Bad. It came on last night.
What was I doing? I don't even remember yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember yesterday. I don't know.
So hold on. So y'all. Do you think Nelly his next move was going to be Dancing with the Stars? I mean, Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop.
I mean, if you're gonna, I mean, he had the reality show before, right? The one
that would be with him and his kids.
Yeah. So, which was fine, but I think if you're gonna go the reality route, I mean, I think there are some people. It's always debatable, right, about whether Nelly did or did not fall off or whatever his current status is, right? But I feel like it was either going to be something like a Dancing with the Stars or I don't say more upscale reality shows because I think there are levels to them.
He would have been on Big Brother.
But then now it's like, okay, like he's doing Dance with the Stars. Because I mean, the first thing is like, why? Like, do you need to do Dancing with the Stars? Like, why are you on there? Because think of the people who end up on Dancing with the Stars. Like there was some type of hype about you at some point. Initially,
or you're an old athlete.
You're an old athlete, right? Initially, it was like the old athletes or somebody who really had been a star, but I think it was either that or I'll say if Nelly show up on Love and Hippity Hop within the next 2 years, I called it. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't want him to go.
You wouldn't be surprised then, you're saying basically.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't want him to do that. I don't think it's a good look. And I think that, for those types of shows, Dance with the Stars, he'll be fine. Like, I mean, white folks love Nelly, so.
Yeah, he just dancing. It ain't like they following him around all day.
He just dancing.
He throwing drinks on niggas.
Right. And Nelly is charismatic, so he'll be fine. Like, he'll be okay on that show.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, I was surprised. I didn't even think about Love and Hip Hop as a possibility for Nelly.
What's that? On J. Cole's, was it his last album? Maybe it was. And it was somebody he was going off on, but he makes a comment about how they're going to end up on Love and Hip Hop. But that's what happens sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes that's just kind of what happens, is that some of these hip hop stars, and again, you wouldn't think that would be Nelly just because
or Marriage Boot Camp.
That part.
Yeah, that's the other one. Marriage Boot Camp or the rehab.
Oh, and going there with
luckily
he's
Nelly
with
drug addiction and nothing.
That part, the Marriage Boot Camp.
Marriage Boot Camp.
Because what is he with Miss Jackson or whatever? He's still with her, right?
Yeah, I thought they was engaged, wasn't it? Well, I don't know.
Yeah, he's still with her, I believe.
I haven't seen her.
I mean, everybody.
I don't know.
As far as I know, I think they're still together.
I think they are. I think they're still together.
I do not know.
All right.
And I had this up here.
Next up in the emails. Oh, go. You finna find out for us?
It's apple juice. So I was like, wait a minute. No.
Oh, I see it now.
Right, so I'm like, I'm drinking apple juice. Like, what happened? No, I am. You go to them emails, and I am.
No.
Are Nelly and Miss Jackson still together?
All right. Next up, you all talk about. I'm sorry. I go back to the name. This is from Candace. She says you all talk about a lot of great R&B and things like that. But what about an obscure R&B versus between two artists that maybe only have 4 or 5 hits? It could be sponsored by Coke 45.
Avant versus Jaheim.
Yeah, you said it, man.
Avant versus Jaheim, man.
I think Avant gonna dust them off, though. I think Avant will dust them off, but I mean, I think that'll be a good, decent battle.
But you know what? That'll just be the first battle, because the main event is gonna be Kim versus Angie Stone. I mean, not Angie.
Oh, wow.
Damn. Well, what? Not Kiki White. I can't think of that chick name, man.
What's she saying?
I don't know. One of the chicks from the 2000s, man. I don't know. Somebody from the 2000s.
You can do it. Because Angie Stone, I think, legit got like 4.
Black Brother.
No More Rain.
No More Rain. And I remember, like, it was a couple.
I Wish I Didn't Love You.
I love that song. That song tickles me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know too many Angie.
I mean, maybe she could do a D'Angelo song too. Maybe she could do a D'Angelo song. That's her dude.
Or she could do the theme from Girlfriends.
Yeah.
I must have been watching.
What do you mean? That's her?
That's her.
Oh, that's her. I didn't know that was her.
Oh, that's her singing on Girlfriends for real?
That's her. The theme song on Girlfriends is Angie Stone.
My girl.
Wow.
Listen, I've been binge watching that on Netflix all weekend, and thank you, Netflix, for the skip intro option.
Yes. I've been skipping that Moesha 6 seasons.
And I've got time so good that when it starts off with my girl, boom, and then when it skips, it goes friends, and then it goes to the thing. I've gotten good with it. I wish you could just do it for everything. I don't ever want to see.
That's how it is with Moesha.
It's just
most of the Eater, and then it is like Moesha.
And I like it. I love shows that don't even have a damn intro anymore. Like, you don't even need one. Like, what was the fucking show on Netflix? Orange is the New Black. Holy shit. I almost didn't watch the show because of that theme song. It was just like, it's got to stop. This has to. And they finally came out with that.
I hate them long intros, man. Like, just take it back to Seinfeld. Just have a little bass guitar playing and start the show.
Listen, unless you got a dope ass theme song.
Like Night Court.
Thank you. I'll listen to that all
Night
day.
Court was the shit.
I'll listen to that all day. You done said something. Wait a minute. As far as R&B battles, I want Tweet to go against somebody. I would like to have a Tweet battle go against somebody.
Tweet?
Yep.
A. Marie.
Maybe. Maybe.
Ooh.
Tweet
Who does Tweet go against though? So this is basically the underground champ though. This is like basically the people's champ battle then.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what it is, because it's gonna be people that they may have had more than one album, but it's just a couple of hits that they had and they're not well known, but they kind of was just sleepers that people just never picked up on them. Right? So that could be, like I said, that could be like an Angie Stone situation. Like I said, that Avant versus Jaheim. I don't know how many hits Jaheim has. That's that one song people love.
He got about 6, maybe.
But you could probably knock it down like 4.
Yeah.
So that's
just get the 4 strongest.
That's a very good question, person who emailed us, and I gotta think.
I'm going intro versus portrait.
That's
They both got 2 tracks. They both in and out. We got this bad boy done in 25 minutes.
Or the carbon copy round, New Edition versus New Kids on the Block.
Oh, I guess it depends on what kind of crowd you got.
Battle of the mean streets of Boston.
Yeah,
right.
No, but you know what? I've thought about what if versus smart, you split up New Edition, do BBD or some kind of section of them 6 and have them battle each other.
Yeah.
Like 3-on-3, like a 3-on-3 basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
You
have to split them up and play bucket.
But the only problem is that if you do the 3 on, if BBD's on their own, they only got their songs.
Right.
Like, yeah, they don't have no leads.
With New Edition. Yeah, because
not even that. They're not even leads on none of those songs. So it's not like, oh, this was my joint.
Yeah. Well, the only lead would be Ricky for real. Because he's the only one that can sing.
Yo, what he got? What Angel or what? Earth Angel? I guess he got that. And we got like maybe a couple of tracks on the Home Again album that he kind of sang. That's because Ricky came back and it was like, dude, I've been singing lead for the last 5 years.
Yeah, I'm saying when he went to BBD, that's when they gave him that lead, because the other.
Right, but I'm saying when he came back, he had to sing lead. He's like, dude, I've been singing lead for a minute.
Yeah.
What you think, Stacey?
Ronnie and Mike was like, man, we just rapping dance.
I was trying to think of songs. No, I was actually just trying to think of songs that did Ricky sing lead on. That's actually what I was thinking about. I was like,
Earth Angel.
Right, so I'm like, Ricky
that was on Karate Kid, wasn't it? On that Karate Kid.
That was on Karate Kid, yeah.
This is a really good question. Like, it's a thinker.
I mean, obscure. I mean, who does H-Town go up against?
Yeah, because H-Town really only had about 4.
Yeah, so 5 do you want to really stretch it? I mean,
that's a really good question.
Dang, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the better battles would be the little 5 joints, like the ones that are like real quick.
The little quick 5 to 10 round.
30-minute joints, the 30-minute battles.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah, like the little pre-fight. Like you have like the little, you had your main event.
Like an undercard.
It's the undercard.
Yeah.
We might be onto something with this because that's always the situation, right? You want to do a battle, do they got 20? Right? Do they got a solid 20? Or hell, even
and nobody starts on time, Stacey. Nobody ever starts on time.
30 minutes late.
Right. So why don't you have intro versus portrait to start you off to get them set, and then they ready to go right after you're done.
But what was Portrait's other song though? I only know one song.
Honey Dip.
Honey. Oh, okay, Honey Dip. Cause I would say all I know is Here We Go Again.
Yeah, Honey Dip is other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you even had me thinking on like with H-Town, like, and I was about to put up. I can't. No, I think they got too many. I think they got more than. I was thinking about After 7.
Oh no, After 7. I think After 7 can make if you're considering Kevon and stuff like that, they might be able to get a 20. They might be able to pull a 20.
20.
I had to think about 20. I know they definitely got 10.
Yeah,
I know they absolutely got 10. And then it was funny. I was watching their Unsung on YouTube.
They basically would have
forgotten about that they had. Like songs that I've forgotten about. So I don't know.
I mean, do you put H-Town against like B2K or something?
Nah,
because
B2K got too many tracks, right? Oh yeah, and you got Omarion too. Omarion got a lot of hits on his own.
It's too many. It's too. The demographic is too messed up.
But really, if you want to put H-Town against a younger group, I'll put them up against Pretty Ricky.
Ooh.
You know, the battle of the grind.
Hey, hold on, I gotta change the screen. Yo, you're on to something right here.
Yeah, battle against Pretty Ricky.
Wow, both groups only have one good singer.
But Pretty Ricky had the rappers though.
They did have the rappers.
H-Town just had the dude talking. And I don't even think he was in the group. He was just he was just there in the studio that day.
He was a part of Luke label. What was it? Skywalker Luke Records.
Luke Records. Yeah. He was just happy to be at the studio and they was recording. He was like, "Man, I'll talk some shit on y'all song."
I ain't doing shit. I'm high.
I'm doing shit else. I'm here, so I ain't answering phones right now. So
I mean, you brought up one. You said to me, Stacey. You said Tamia versus Shantae Moore.
Yeah, I did. Yes, I think that could work. I think Tamia versus Shantae Moore. Like we might be able to get a solid 5 from both of them, right? And it's like you can argue with no. Tamia had this other song. Yeah, what about the songs people know?
I think Shantae Moore got more songs than Tamia. I don't even think it's no question. I mean, Old School Lovin', It's All Right, Candlelight and You, Shantae's Got a Man, Love's Taking Over. I mean, that's 5 right there.
There was funny thing. She just was singing on Girlfriend.
When she ran into Mr. Big. Contagious.
Contagious, 6. That's what I'm saying. I mean, Tamia's got a dope first album.
Amazing first album. Now that first album is solid.
Yeah.
And nobody talks about that solid ass first album.
She got a solid 10.
I think they could both do 10, maybe. I think they could both do 10.
I think they could do like a nice 10 and be good.
Yeah.
I think they could do
I think they're looking for like a nice 5 to 3 in this question.
So like I said, that's why I mentioned, so I think in a tweet, I would love I think tweet has more than 5. However, there are going to be people who don't know that. Like it's a game of just because I know that she has all this doesn't mean that it's known, right? That she has that fan base that really knows how many songs she has. So I would do like a tweet and
I say A. Marie, but I don't know.
I was gonna say, you feel like I'm able to do a tweet A. Marie.
A. Marie.
You know what? That might be ingenious on the low. That tweet A. Marie might be a go-getter. Because both of them have a dope-ass first album.
And they both had anthems.
Yeah. They did. You're right. Well, I mean, do you think...
I mean, they were different type of anthems, but
no. I would say A. Marie has 2, though. I think Why Do I Fall in Love is...
Yeah, A. Marie got 2.
Yeah.
But they both did.
But I get what you're saying, though. They got two big club hits, I guess, per se.
Yeah, like, so why don't we, and what's the other one? It's One Thing?
One Thing.
One Thing is the other one, yep.
Double.
Dang, tweet. That'd be actually good. Tweet versus A. Marie.
Oh, Talking to Me. That's the third one.
Talking to Me. No, you got Talking to Me. You got
Touch. She have a song called Touch.
Touch.
Yeah. Was that the one with T.I.? I know she had one with T.I.
That was a remix with T.I. on Touch.
Okay, yeah.
she had that first A. Marie album is so hard, man.
Yeah, I think that
that first A. Marie album was, man.
My hands are clicking door to door.
Yeah. I had to tell the story about how I got into a fight with her husband, man, at one point on the podcast at some point. When we did a party and everything, and I got into a fight with her husband. And I took her to Emos and to Trader Joe's or whatever. It was just me and her in my Volvo at the time.
Nothing on him with Volvo.
Yeah. I was talking about it because I picked. She's like, "This what you pulled up?" Like, yeah, this wasn't in the contract. I just pulled up on my own because you said you need to get something to eat.
Yeah, like, I'm just trying to make sure you good.
Yeah, I was at home taking a nap. So then we got let's go and jump into this the battle of all battles, the I guess the auntie battle, Gladys versus Patti LaBelle.
It was the battle for Big Mama's dressing recipe, and let me tell you something. I enjoyed it from beginning to from the jump of them walking out late and then kind of not knowing that they was live.
They used to the old school where it's tape.
Right, they sitting there just talking to each other, and then somebody says something, and Patty's like, "What now?
You gotta play something."
What live? Huh? Oh, he said we live. Well, girl, put your microphone on. I already knew.
It was on.
Blessing for us. Like, if you've ever been blessed to have both of your grannies talking to each other, and I mean the grannies.
Yeah. Your mother's mom and your dad's mom.
Right, the for real grandmas that's in their late 70s,
yes.
early 80s, and having them sitting there having a conversation with each other and really listening to it. That's what that was. I've been there. I've lived that. Especially when Patti asked Gladys how old she was. And Gladys said, I'm 77. Yeah, 77. Because she didn't know. Because you get to the point where
they don't be knowing how old they are.
They know how old you are.
They know around. They don't know exactly.
It made me laugh because it reminded me of my grandmother. My grandma who raised me asking my other grandma, how old are you? And her telling her 77. And kept on saying it. And my grandma was like, she said, 77? I thought she was older than me. And she's like, no, turning 77 next week. My aunt came out the room and said, who's turning 77? Like, I am. And she said, Mama, you turning 87 next week. Grandma Sam said, 87? Huh. Well, okay, 87 then, next week, 87.
She knows it was a 7.
These women in your life. You need this kind of conversation. And that's what they get. They sat there talking about recipes, a socket to me cake. Somebody had made a roast. We trying to wait for the music. Man, where the music at? Y'all sitting there talking about, well, I told her how to make a roast. She showed me how to make a pound cake. Ma'am, what's happening? It was
amazing. It was amazing.
It was just, again, people were, somebody was in the comments on the Instagram was talking about keeping score. Who's keeping score?
No.
Like, we all won. We just blessed to see this. Like, there is no score keeping.
Yeah, I saw Diane Warwick came. She pulled up.
First off, the Dionne Warwick showing up is funny as fuck. Because there used to be this thing on YouTube, I think it was Got to Be Real, and it had like all the old divas on there. Aretha, Dionne, thing. I want to say Gladys was on there, definitely Patti, but all of them. But there was always this beef. So it's like if you kind of watch that, you just kind of feel like, okay, they got beef with each other, and that Dionne used to call Aretha Franklin "Hate Retha."
Really?
Dionne was always calling somebody a hussy. So because somebody
hold on. So Dionne, their beef, that was like a real thing.
So I need to go back and watch it because I was watching because I was just excited to watch. But someone I was talking to said that you can kind of catch when Dionne came out that Gladys kind of had a little shade towards Dionne. And I'm like, I need to go back and watch because they said it was just
wow.
That Gladys kind of kept on saying to Dion that made you say like, wait a minute, hold up, is that where the beef is? Like, is there beef there? So like, I mean, we've all seen the gif of Aretha shading Patti as she walked past her, right? So I think there was, but I think Patti and Gladys are really friends.
Yeah.
Like that's just real friendship. If there was
Aretha didn't get down with nobody, basically, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
I know she ain't like Patti.
Right. So I think that, I don't know.
I mean, we talked about in the previous episode, I guess when Patti was on the Breakfast Club, remember we were talking about that, we were trying to figure out, was she talking about Aretha? But they asked her and she said no, right?
We
talked about it in one of our first episodes. We were like, we were talking about how Patti was like, somebody I ain't messing with.
I love any 70-something-year-old women having beef with each other.
It's amazing.
That's classic. Like, I'm here for it because the shade is going to be so ridiculous.
And you got to think that's 50 years. It's probably 50 years. That means y'all start beefing in your 20s and 30s.
50 years.
And y'all have extended.
50 years of beef.
Y'all kids don't like each other.
Kids don't like each other. It's the Capulets and the Montagues. Do you understand?
Great kids don't like each other.
That shit is funny as fuck. Like, the idea that they don't like each other or possibly don't like each other and y'all that old. And you know they get invited to the same shit. So now you got to sit here next to this heifer that you ain't liked since 1963.
Patti gonna be there. I ain't going.
Who are Patti going? I don't know. I'll see.
And they'll be like, well, we paying you $100,000. Well, I guess I'll be there.
I don't know. If Patti say something to me though, I heard this bitch out. So, but I had the time of my life watching them. Hilarious. They didn't know the words to shit. They got on their pantsuits. I mean, we knew she was gonna kick her heels off, but when she said, I kicked that heel off and I hit my knee, I almost died. Almost died. And then there were little things, because I was typing it in the group. Like, it was one point, like Patti was like, say what now? We live? Or she kept on saying, and I know that's right. If that's not an old black person.
Yeah, that's my mom on the phone all day.
Patti said she
that's right.
Phone, or Gladys said that she's like, I'm sorry, y'all, and I'm sorry, but I didn't know what the heck this TV show was. And my son told me, Mama, you need to be on this show and you could sit around and talk, and I didn't know what it was. And then Patti said, well, yeah, I got a flip phone. And I don't have all of this stuff on here. And I'm like, you know what?
This sounds on brand.
Let me find out that Patti got a jitterbug phone. Let me find out.
Does she have an Instagram account?
If she does, she doesn't know that she does.
If somebody else is running it, like her son.
Somebody else is absolutely running it if she has
Let me see.
an Instagram account. Like, it is, let me see, where is it at? It was something that Patti said, Patti is hip as shit because she what if something she said about her son.
Gladys Knight has one. Gladys Knight has an Instagram.
Yeah, so Patti was like, her son didn't like telling people that they were, that he was her son. Like, he
and Patti LaBelle does too. Just FYI,
yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah, Patti was like, she's like, well, he don't bang like that, ma'am. He don't bang like that.
Bang.
I love it. Like, you can tell she, like, they hip just enough. Like, it's some old people that try to be way too hip, and it's like, no, Patti hip enough, but still not hip enough to not have that flip phone. She ain't trying to keep up with the young folks.
Just need to know just enough. Just enough
to understand what her grandkids are saying, so she know when to pop somebody. That's
all. She
all.
got a fly swatter in her car.
Nigga, or hell,
fly swatter to hit the grandkids.
It was a part. I don't know who was doing something over in this corner, but Gladys looked like, I don't know what they was talking about, but Gladys stopped what she was doing, looked over. She said, what y'all over there doing? Y'all over there doing something. She never broke eye contact. And I said, I don't know who kids over there fucking up. And I mean, it's probably, when I say kids, I mean somebody grown, somebody probably 60-something years old.
Yeah, you ain't no little kids over there.
Right, wasn't no little kids. Somebody was over there grown as shit. I was over there being noisy and touching shit. And she, what did y'all over there doing? You doing something? What would you say?
Me and Patti on here talking, and we live.
over there talking, over there touching them people's stuff. Get off them people's stuff. Okay, I can't break something. You know you can't afford to fix it.
You break something, you know I can't pay for it.
Right. Patti was talking about calling people heifers. She was talking about Jennifer Hudson and who else did she say? I don't remember what she said, but she was giving props to them though. Talking about them singing. And she was like, yeah, she's like that heifer sang and sang it. I mean, it, like I said, it was really great. And then they sang my song. So Gladys did Midnight Train to Georgia twice, I think.
Yeah, why didn't she do If I Were Your Woman though?
Because she didn't want me to fall out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's all that would have happened.
Yeah.
Is that I would have just been on the floor. Because I was already on the floor with Midnight Train. And then, so I knew I was waiting on Midnight Train and I was waiting on Patti for Love, Need and Want. Because that song is my everything. And
Love Me Want, that song is so hard.
I sing that song so loud and so off key.
Was y'all dancing when she bust out with that Love Overboard?
Oh, I was getting my boat on.
That reminded me of A Different World.
Yes. Love Overboard. They both lost out to that girl.
Yeah.
That Love Over, like it was awesome. Oh, and what's the other song Patti did? Was she it was that one then? Oh, Gladys when she did You Are the Best Thing that ever happened.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting emotional thinking about it. If she couldn't have done If I Was Your Woman, done deal for me. I just would have been
they start combining songs though too at one point.
They did. I mean, it just became a whole, like, we just gonna play stuff. Like, let's just.
It wasn't a battle. It was literally just,
that was absolutely music appreciation.
Kind of like the Erykah Badu and Jill Scott.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like very reminiscent of that. And then, like I said, just sometimes, like, even some of the stories that they told, because Patti kept on talking about someone who had done songwriting with her, someone named Bud. And she said to Gladys, she's like, I wrote this song was written by me and Bud so-and-so. Gladys, Bud died, right? He passed on. And Gladys said, what? No, I did not know. And Patti was like, yeah, he died about 6 years ago. Ain't nobody told me nothing.
And that's just like some older black women, though.
That voice get high.
Right. But she said, Patti, you gotta start telling me these things. Ain't nobody told me.
Nobody told me nothing. I done sent them birthday cards.
I done sent them birthday cards.
Right. Hey, who had the body?
I done sent them birthday cards.
Who had the body? Ain't nobody said nothing. I ain't know he was gone. So
is he still married to Myrtle?
Right. I thought, well, how was he doing? What was his son?
She went 2 years before him. Damn.
What? Like, oh, they sitting there. Oh, nobody said nothing.
They looking at their mortality too, though. Like, God damn, it's only me and you left.
The only ones left. Like I said, then Dion came out, and they did.
Did she come out with a pack of cigarettes?
She wanted to. I think she left in Virginia.
I didn't get to that part. That was the part I left off towards the end. I was like, man, I heard Dion was like, did she come with a pack of cigarettes, or did they not let her smoke inside?
Man, that voice was low, and then they were standing around saying how old they were. And Gladys was like, I'm 77. First off, Google says she's 76. So again, Gladys don't know how old she is. Patti is both of them are 77. And then Dion was like, I will be 80 years old. And then I think Patti said something like, oh, girl, you look good. And Dion was like, well, it's my genes. It's just the good genes. Again, that's old women. Just
I want Dion to come. They should be like, how'd that Psychic Friends work out for you?
Man, that's all I remember as a kid. Is, that's what friends are for. Whitney Houston, her man Whitney Houston, auntie, whatever she was to Whitney.
I think it's her godmother, right?
No, I think they're cousins.
Yeah, I think
cousins. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh, let me go.
Yeah. They're cousins because
it was her sister that was touching her, wasn't it?
Right. I was gonna say that was Dion's sister that messed with Whitney.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on the documentary.
It's on the documentary.
Check it out.
Oh.
And Dion is like, nope,
It
that's
says
not what
cousins.
happened. Yeah, but
Oh, really? Dion came out and said it didn't happen?
Well, Dion denies it, but it's like, no, it was Dion's sister who was the one that was Whitney, with Anthony Whitney and her brother, I think.
Wow. The one that was doing dope with Bobby. The brother that was doing dope with Bobby?
I don't know. I forgot which
I
brother.
don't remember which brother it was. I don't remember which brother it was.
Because I know one of the brothers was getting high with Bobby all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Even after they were like, even when they were separated, he would go like, I'm gonna go kick it with Bobby.
Yeah.
Get high.
Yeah, but I think that's the brother that introduced her to drugs.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a brother, like, it's the argument was always like, oh, Bobby is the one who introduced her. No, she was already fucking with shit. Like, it was.
But didn't they try to put Dion out there like she was doing dope too at one point? Like,
They tried to get the whole family, man. The mama, then the daddy. I didn't know he was that bad. You know, he like cut ties with, or they didn't cut ties with the dad.
Right. I don't know if Dion was on something or not. She got the nose for it.
Open.
That's what friends are for.
So what other old head battle would y'all want to see? I'm saying the Charlie Wilson, Ron Isley battle's gotta happen.
Yeah.
I think that would do major. I think it would do no more numbers than this because they got more updated hits.
I'd watch that. I would watch that. Can you do Earth, Wind, and Fire versus Frankie Beverly and Maze?
I think Earth, Wind, and Fire. I mean, I guess you could on paper, but I think Earth, Wind, and Fire's got way more songs than them.
But
I guess that's just debatable. I guess that's the good part of a battle. I guess that would be a good battle.
Players versus Isley brothers.
What's Cool in the gang doing? What are they busy?
One of the dudes from Cool just died.
Yeah, like last week.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I think he's the guitarist. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah,
told me nothing.
Yeah, not Cool, but one of the dudes in the game.
Yeah.
But then, it actually, well then, that's what, could you do Earth, Wind, and Fire in like a Gap band thing?
Yeah, I mean, but I think it's hard to bring a group in. I'm saying you got to go with a singular person that was big. That's why I'm thinking Ryan Isley versus Charlie Wilson.
Gotcha. So if we do singular.
Oh no, he was one of the lead singers. The dude that died, man. Ronald Kalias Bell. He's one of the singers.
Okay.
He was the lead singer on Celebration, Cherish, Jungle Boogie, Hollywood Swingin', and Ladies Night.
Shit.
Oh, so it was that one dude then.
Right,
Yeah,
so
it's the main dude.
Cool. It was Cool.
It was actually Cool.
Right, nigga, Cool didn't die.
No. Cool was this a dude. Cool was basically Otis. You know, y'all know that, right?
Oh, okay.
But but the way you think of who Cool would be.
Yeah, no. It's like Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
I just always knew that one dude singing looked like Clyde Drexler with a curl.
I am not, because if it's who I think it is.
That he always looked like Clyde Drexler with a little curl.
That's the one that died. That's the one that died too.
Yeah, okay. I never knew it.
But he's not Cool though. Cool is the Otis / the Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. He just threw his name first.
Get your back up.
Who's the dude in Cool? I'm saying, who's the dude in Cool in the Gang that looked like Donnie Simpson?
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what we're talking about. That's the one that died.
Yeah, he looked like Clyde Drexler.
Ain't nobody told you nothing, Stacey.
Nobody told me nothing. That's so like I said again, I get that he's like, you know, an Otis or like a Harold Melvin. I get that part. But like if I think of Cool in the Gang, like to me, that's Cool. Everybody else is the gang. And y'all anybody told me.
Lead singers are always Cool. Because I used to think Teddy Pendergrass was Harold Melvin.
Right. Anybody told me nothing. I'm outdone.
Hey, but have y'all heard about, is this true about this little three-way battle they talking about with like I don't know if it was true, but it was
it was
like
Tank
with
and
Tank, Genuine, and Tyrese.
ain't nobody going to that.
Lord, please don't do this to us.
Ain't nobody
Don't
coming to see you, Otis. Ain't nobody.
And it's too much ego for no reason in that one room.
Yeah.
Because first and foremost, Genuine got more hits.
By far.
One. First and foremost. He played Pony and that's it. So he
Game
has
over.
more. They all.
Okay, let's talk about that. Who's with each one of their? What's each one of their biggest hits?
Pony.
So we got Pony. It's Pony.
Sweet Lady for Tyrese.
Yep.
I don't know. Tank? I don't really know Tank because this one last hit he just had was big. The When we yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
What was Tank's first song was what? Maybe I deserve.
Maybe I deserve. I was thinking Please Don't Go.
Please Don't Go. That's why I say I don't know which one for Tank.
Tank does got a whole bunch of low hanging spades.
Yeah. And he wrote a lot too.
And I think with Tank, it takes on the people that say, honestly, he reminds me of like a tweet or like a Tamia. They keep coming out with albums and each album have a banger on it, but it's never just enough to get them over a hump.
Because I love You're My Star. Like that joint was hard. From Tank. And that was a good album too. That was a good album.
This album isn't online. The one that has Slowly on it.
Oh, that's the first one, or is that the second one?
You can't get that anywhere.
Really?
That's not on Spotify. That's not on Apple Music. Because I was trying to download Slowly to put on my evening mix, and it is not available.
Wow, it's interesting. What songs are randomly not streamable?
It's hell. I want to say with Tevin Campbell, one of his albums isn't out there.
It's already, ain't it?
I think I'm Ready isn't available.
I'm Ready's not out there. But the Greatest Hits album is, so you can get the singles from that.
Right.
So.
Pretty much. Like you still win. Like as long like you can get the first album, you can get the greatest hits. And if you get the
singles, you just can't get like if it was a song on there that you really like, you ain't gonna really get it though.
See, that's why I don't do streaming, man.
People in their record labels, there's always something. It's a random song or a random album. Like what? Like didn't they have more than this? And it's just not available. Yeah. It's like why? How is this?
Like that Yours. Shy.
That's Yours. Where is it? It's nowhere to be found. Where is this album? Where is the album that has that song on it?
Was that a maxi single?
I don't know.
Remember they used to have maxi singles back in the day?
I love the maxi
when
single.
you bring it up to people, they're like, oh yeah, Baby I'm Yours. No, that's not the song I'm talking about.
Yours. Acapella.
No.
I love the maxi single, man, because it's always look, you get a bonus extra 1 or 2 tracks, and then people
get that instrumental.
Sometimes people get shady and throw you a snippet on there or some random stuff.
Yeah.
Like a minute and 25 of the dope track on there that you gonna have to get now because they ain't gonna release it as a single album. Hey,
a single was always the move going to the mall because it costs less than $5. Singles always came out to be like $3.46. So you give me a CD and give me something to drink.
All right, so last topic. What R&B are we all listening to now, people, right now? Like, what are we listening to right now?
I've been listening to the same 5 songs since 1995.
Shit.
Yeah, lately I've been listening to a lot of 80s R&B, honestly. Like, I've been getting into that Anita Baker, Sade, Freddie Jackson, Luther bag.
Freddie Jackson.
Ooh, you going
but as far as like up to like new R&B, I like Daniel Caesar and her. Yeah, I like the new Brandy album though.
I heard the new Brandy album is dope.
I do like the new Brandy album.
Yeah, I mean Daniel Caesar's dope. I love the Internet as a band.
Yeah, I like Miguel.
Miguel straight too. Honestly, man, it's just here and there, nip and tuck, or whatever. I can't even think like offhand who I've been listening to R&B wise lately. it's kind of just hit or miss. Like, oh man, I'll be like, oh snap, such and such dropped the album, and I like, I'll download it or whatever. But I don't really have like anybody offhand that I'm like straight listening to.
Yeah, like of course 90s, but like lately I just been on my 80s stuff.
Yeah.
Like the SOS bands and all that. More bands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. We're gonna get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Stacey, where can they hit you up at?
Stacey Adams, all one word. Stacey with an E, Adams with the Z, and that's on the Instagram, the book face, and the Twitters.
Cool Ass Scott, where can they hit you up at?
Cool Ass Scott on Instagram, Twitter, Scott Hilliard on Facebook. You can catch me everywhere.
We coming with the Hood Show though, y'all. People are emailing and asking us when we gonna come with it soon. We just trying to get some stuff together and we got one to record a couple of them up front for y'all to kind of get with it. It's gonna get real deep, man. We're gonna go between hood normal and hood adjacent, like hood adjacent, which is now in classics. We want to go back because we can't do all just straight new middle of Toledo, Ohio movies. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some classics too at the same time. To balance it out.
Shout out to Netflix for bringing Menace to Society back.
I haven't watched it yet. I haven't streamed it yet on the Netflix.
I can't watch the last 15 minutes of that still, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cave Dine is horrible.
There's some things you can't go back to. So there was something else that came on there too that I didn't.
You said you can do Set It Off. You said you can do Set It Off.
Oh, no, not doing Set It Off.
Ricky's death really pissed me off because they wasn't supposed to split up.
you had the logistics. You had the logistics.
Worry about the logistics of
it. Yeah, Ricky's death pissed me off.
All right, Go ahead, Stacey.
I was trying to think, like it was something else that they just put on there, and I'm like, nope, I ain't doing that one either.
Sugar Hill.
Next time we talk, I'll write it down.
Sugar Hill or something.
I've never seen Sugar Hill.
Ooh, that's a sleeper good one.
It's not that I don't want to. I just have never seen it.
To me, it shows that it's a crying shame Teresa Randall didn't become bigger than what she was.
I thought she was after Girl 6, honestly.
Yep.
After Girl 6 and she on her way.
Her and Bush Wright.
Yeah, and then she did the
They both should have been way big. And Nicole Carson. Those three women should have been way bigger.
Definitely Nicole Carson. I don't know why Nicole Carson just never.
Well, she had schizophrenia or something. Went like kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she had like a big time medical breakdown.
Was she on Ally McBeal?
Yeah, she was on Ally McBeal.
Like there were definitely some stepping stones that she had taken that were putting her in that place. So it's like there was a lot of supporting roles that she had, but she was getting those good supporting roles. Like she had that, like, even with that Ally McBeal, it was like, okay. And she was on ER. She had a recurring guest role on ER.
Eve's Bayou.
So it's
Life. Was she in Life, or was that not her in Life?
She was the one that ripped off Martin.
Right, in Life. Yeah, she was in Life.
Yep. So she could have.
Love Jones. I mean.
Yep, Love Jones. I still love her. Like, I loved seeing her on screen because it was nice to see a full-figured Black woman, attractive.
And she was bad. What are you talking about, Nicole Carson?
It was great to see an attractive, full-figured woman on TV. Because growing up, you couldn't be that. So like the Queen Latifahs or her or somebody else. It's like one other person.
The non-mammy full-figure woman.
Exactly. Like you actually.
Not the Nell Carter.
You got to be attractive. You got to be sexy.
Yeah.
In those roles. And that's not something that happened. You were the fat friend. So... But then it got to a point where you maybe had a bigger, or like I said, even with Living Single, to see Queen Latifah there, and she was a bigger girl, but it was not brought up. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, no one mentioned that she was bigger. She got to have boyfriends and wear dresses and all this stuff, and it wasn't an ordeal. So I lived for that. So like I said, to see Nicole Carson was like, oh shit, man.
Nicole Carson was bad. But make sure y'all hit us up. Email us straight olc@gmail.com, and we'll be back in 2 weeks.
All right.
All right, y'all.